liking this cold weather, is it? Good morning, everybody. Welcome to a foggy, bitterly cold morning. With half of these cars driving around with no lights on. I have actually just got a quick plea this morning, and that's to Manchester City Council to get your bloody roads sorted out. That's not actually the subject though today, but you will see from these roads they are dreadful. There's like potholes everywhere. You can probably see by the camera bouncing up and down. But apart from, as well as the potholes, you can see there's several dips, like little roller coasters everywhere. It's just horrendous conditions on these roads around here. But it's not the main subject today. I do have something I would like to speak about. You've probably all seen several conversations going on recently about, are there too many vloggers? Simple answer to that, no, never. You don't have to watch them all the time. In fact, there wouldn't be enough time in the day to do so. So, I understand you're all going to pick your favourites out, but what I will say is for those that you don't watch with sort of a religious attitude, the ones that you don't have the time to switch on to every single day, they are entertaining. When you get a day off work in the midweek, something like that, it's a lot better than watching Jeremy Kyle and Lewis Swimming. Come on, let's face it. Who wants to watch that garbage? But that's not really the full term of the subject. What I'd like to say, and what is probably a bit more controversial, is are vloggers becoming the same? Which is kind of split for me. And it's split between us and them, meaning British vloggers and American vloggers. And I've been watching vloggers for quite a while now. Quite a while. And what I found is, certainly recent months, the American vloggers have become extremely the same. Every video they release is similar to the last one. Whereas you'll get British vloggers, and what they'll try and do is give you some sort of subject to talk about that people can join in on, or maybe a little challenge that people can join in on if you wish to do so. Something to try and involve a bit of community. With the American vloggers you don't get that. You get the big names, and they know they are the big names, and they don't seem interested in that community unless it's other big names. For example, you'll get things like dual vlogs all the time at the moment from the big meetups and things like that they have over there. But what'll happen with them is you'll get one vlogger release a vlog one day of a dual vlog. So you think, brilliant, something else to watch. That's brilliant. But then maybe 3-4 days later, maybe a week later, the other vlogger that was in that dual vlog releases the same footage, or maybe not the same footage but the same part of that journey, where they were saying the same things to each other, and it's like, really? Could you not record it long enough so one person could have the first half of that vlog, the second vlogger could have the second half of that vlog? And plus their standard vlogs, where they're single vlogs usually, what I mean by they've come very the same, it'll be doing something like we know they can do. They wheelie a lot on the highways over there for some reason. I don't understand why, because if we did that here we'd be locked up basically. So I don't know what that is all about there, but they do that all the time. But once we've seen it 50 times, it becomes like, do I really need to watch this again? Now there are exceptions to that rule. There are some American vloggers that are really entertaining in every vlog they do. A couple that would stand out for me would be Shades Resurgent, absolutely brilliant, and Akimbo Jackson. His vlogs are so unique. If you don't watch him, you've got to. It's just like, he does this series called FUF, or Fucked Up Friday, and he basically just tells a story, and it's usually a story where it involves something horrible happening to somebody or to several people in some cases, and there's been some sort of mystery, never solved, never worked out why it happened, how it happened, etc. And they become really entertaining, and they're one of those vlogs that you actually look forward to coming online. And back to the British vloggers, we're just so different, so much more entertaining. They generally always have a subject. Like I say, it's generally always something that can provoke a conversation as well, you know, involve the community a little, which is brilliant. You know, ideally that's what we all want, really. We want to interact with each other. We tend to do that on things like, not only through YouTube, but through motorbike community websites, through Motor Social on Facebook, things like that. There's a much bigger sense of that, I think. People don't get too big for the boots. And why did I press the horn there? I don't know. Anyway, that's really all I wanted to say for this morning. It is a cold morning. You can see this fog is absolutely getting denser and denser as we move. And yet we've still got cars driving around with no lights on. So hopefully we won't see any accidents, but there is quite a bit of ice on the road as well. It is, you know, it is actually freezing on the ground. I don't know what temperature it is, but I'd say it's probably about, if it's not at freezing, it's not far off, it's maybe a degree or something like that at the moment. But thanks for your time, everybody. Have a good day and ride safe. Where the fuck are you going, mate? Parked so far forward you can't see when the lights change.